is N4LQ. Steve in Shelby, North Carolina, calling CQ the old friends net in spite of the QRN, and we are getting a little bit of thunder around here, but it's not too bad at the moment, so I think we're okay. So the old friends net meets here on Sunday night at 6:30 on 3715, and on Tuesday at 9 a.m. and Thursday at 9 a.m. on the same frequency. And we invite everybody that is running AM to check in. And this is a good place to buy and sell and find out things about vintage equipment if you have any questions or contributions thereof. So we will do our best to pick you out of the noise if you will call N4LQ now, and don't get in too big a hurry. This is N4LQ listening very carefully.
WA4FJQ.
W4JQ. November 4, Charlie Lima Yankee. November 4, Whiskey Delta.
K1VVC.
K4, CWD.
W4MEC.
Okay, that was better than I thought. Here is what I have got so far. First is WA4FJQ, Tom, and John, W4JPL, Cly, N4CLY, N4WD, Lee, K1VVC, John, KG4IUQ, Mark, K4VWD, Lee, and W4MEC, Charlie. Any further check-ins, call now.
Number 4, Kilo.
I heard N4AK Glenn, there was another station. Please try again. Okay, Bruce, N4WD, got you. One more time, any calls? This is N4LQ, listening for check-ins. You guys are a brave bunch indeed. Okay. One more time down the list, WA4FJQ, W4JPL, N4CLY, N4WD, K1VVC, KG4IUQ, 2K4VWD, W4MEC, N4AK, and N4WD. Everybody turn their modulation knobs all the way up to 11, talk loud, and crank up the power, and we'll listen with our ears as intently as possible. So go ahead, Tom. Take it away. WA4FJQ, N4LQ.
N4LQ, WA4FJQ. Okay, Steve, well, you're really strong. You're covering up all the QR Nancy and so forth. Everybody else I can copy, sort of, but it's pretty bad tonight. So yeah, I've got one eye out the window here to see if it starts getting dark, and if it does, I'll be checking out pretty quick. Don't have much to say here. We got some rain last night. Finally, I don't have to water the hydrangeas every 3 days like I've been doing. But we're hoping we'll get some more tonight. So we'll turn it over to John, W4JTL. This is WA4FJQ.
Okay. W4FJQ, and this is W4JTL. That's my frequency you're looking at. Of course, another good evening, everybody. This is John over here. Partly cloudy, Liberty, North Carolina. I see there's all kinds of thunderstorm activity around me on the internet, but thank you, Jesus, not around here. Anyway, I'm sure it's going to hit it soon. Not a lot going on here. Looking forward to Shelby this coming weekend. Looks like I'm going to be bringing a whole bunch of 398s over to Shelby for some friends. So I'll be the 390 accounts. N4CLY, Clyde. Good afternoon, sir. W4JPL.
All right, thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Know about watering them plants. I installed automatic sprinklers on all my plants this year. 4 sprinklers with a microcontroller that turns the water on for 3 minutes, 4 times a day. So I don't have to get out there and work anymore. Anyway, things here going good. A lot of thunder going on. Had some rain earlier. Heavy rain for about 15 minutes, and then it went away. So I'll turn it over to Lee, N4WD, N4CLY.
Okay, Lee, take it away.
This is K4VWD. Did you tell me to take it?
Yes, sir, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, I didn't, seemed like to me we got 2 WDs in there, and I thought IUQ was, and I don't know what happened to so I'm confused, but that's not unusual. So, I've had about a half inch of rain and, between 150 and 200 lightning strikes, but right now band conditions are not too bad. So, up to you, Charlie, W4MEC in the group, K4VWD.
It goes to John, K1VVC, and then to Mark, IUQ.
Steve, you may be a little confused. The way you read the list, it was N4CLY and N4WD. And Mark.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and get N4WD in there. I got you and Lee backwards. Sorry about that. Bruce, go ahead and make a transmission. N4WD, N4LQ.
Okay, this is N4WD. I thought I was at the bottom of the list, but I'll go ahead. Then I'll have to take where it goes. 90 degrees here, 90 index, no rain. Storms going all around us. They're doing the same thing, right? So let me. I'm very.
Okay, K1VVC is next, and then it goes to Mark, IUQ.
Okay, Steve, just one thing. You missed one guy, N4CLY. Who was that?
He already gave the transmission.
Okay. Anyhow, I'm using a new radio for it. Not a new old radio, but a new radio for my Yaesu FTX 5000. Mostly because the digital noise reduction on the hit button eliminates all the static in the background. So good to hear everybody on here, and all of you who were at Shelby today did a great job. Looking good to see everybody. We had a rainstorm a little over an hour ago. Dropped 1 inch of rain in about 35 minutes. Over to Mark, KG4, IUQ, K1CBC.
signal. John, JPL. The static crashes have about covered you up, but they've about covered everybody up in a way. And Cly, N4CLY, it's good to hear you. I think I'm going to try to call you on the telephone here pretty soon, maybe this evening. Hope you're doing well. I'm going to go ahead and I think the next person in line would be W4MEC Charlie, but I'm not sure. Go ahead, Charlie.
Okay, that's right. Lee's already transmitted. We'll get things back in order here. Go ahead, Charlie.
Okay. All righty. Sunday or Tuesday or something a while back too, and got everybody all fouled up there. So welcome to the foul up club. Let's see. N4LQ and the old friends group W4MEC. Well, it's raining here. It started this morning with a shower about almost on cue at 10 o'clock, I think. It just spit a little bit and then went away. I could do a little more work outside and working on a tabletop. It's too big for my shop, so so I was having to do some stuff out from the shop with it. But then this afternoon it came down pretty hard. Pretty good rain. I think there might be some more coming, and no lightning, no thunder here. But when I was working in my shop, I heard what sounded like, if you're familiar with it, when a large tree branch or something hits the primary on the power line and arcs over. And I would have swore I heard that, but my lights didn't go out. But this afternoon, there's on the road around up the hill and over to the side, there's a bunch of chainsaws running, and I did look in and I didn't see any lights on over on that street. So I think the tree ended up on the power line, and they're just now getting it cut out and getting things going again. But thankfully, we didn't lose anything, so that's a plus. But we could use the rain. It hadn't rained here in a while. I was about getting ready to start my pond pump and put a little water in that thing. But this will top it off nicely, and I can take care of that later, because I got to go down to the stream and dig out my pickup. Not pickup truck, but the hose pickup. And it's down there in a little spot where it's got some concrete blocks around it, so it'll make a pool when the water's low. And what has happened with all the storms, it's basically covered up. It's covered up with sand and rock. So I get out there with my shovel and I dig it all back out again, and throw all the sand and rock over to the side there where it washes out my embankment. But that takes a while, and I wasn't looking forward to it, so I'm waiting for a cooler day, to be honest with you. And hopefully this week we'll get a few. So, it goes to Glenn next. I got that much right. N4AK in the group, W4MEC.
Okay, Charlie. W4MEC in the group, 4 Alpha Kilo. And problem here is I escaped me. I'm running a fuel rig on 37, not much power. I'm running the N2SCDX10. Not sure I got it. We had very little rain, very shower, and I was watching for lightning or blitz. And it looks like we're clear here in Sunset. And Charlie, I sent an email, and so you fill me in on what FCY would like to do, whatever needs to be done. Okay, so it's some static on a few of the fellows, but top 10 N4LQ and N4AK.
Okay, very good, Glenn. N4AK, N4LQ. Are there any more check-ins for the net? Give me a call now. I didn't hear anything. Are there any fills? Okay. Yeah, sorry about the mix-up with the WDs, but let me go down the list here real quick. FJQ to JPL to CLY to N4WD, K1VVC, IUQ, VWD, MEC, AK, and that's all we got so far. One more time, any more check-ins? Yeah, okay. Well, that's it. That was a good round in spite of all the noise. And well, Tom, I'm glad you're getting some rain, and we were getting a little bit dry here, but still, even without rain for about a week and a half, I guess, the grass was still kind of thick and mushy when I cut it, so it was pretty lush. And I've been doing some real exciting things here by spraying Roundup on English ivy and watching it slowly die. That's real exciting, but it takes about 2 weeks before you start to see anything happening on that stuff, and then you have to do it at least twice, maybe 3 times, and then it will eventually die. But then you got to keep your eye out on it because it'll come back. Well, this morning we went over to the fairgrounds and met up with Brian and a bunch of other guys, and we grabbed, what was it, 38 spots or places for people, grabbed 38 flags, and it was a rush. This time they came out to where we were parked, and they came out in a golf cart, and they said, everybody hop in their cars and head out. So it was like, what's that mad world thing where everybody jumped in their cars and took off across the country? They were flying every which way. I thought there was going to be a wreck. People rushing out on the field and grabbing flags. Pretty wild scene, man. So we got that all done, and I guess I got there about 5 o'clock, and the rest of them were there within half an hour, and we were out of there by about 9 o'clock. So we had a good time sitting around shooting the bull. And let's see, okay, John in Liberty, doing a good job, copying you okay. And Cly is using his computer to water his plants. That's pretty sophisticated, Cly. And John, your FTDX 5000. That's I'm glad you've got that noise reduction feature. And Mark, good evening or good afternoon. Good evening to you. And Lee, I hope you're able to copy at least some of it. Hello? Okay, I don't know what that was all about. Sort of lost my modulation for a minute. Okay, so I'll turn it over to Tom. WA4P FJQ, N4LQ.
N4LQ, WA4FJQ. Okay, Steve, you just did it for a while. I thought, wonder what's going on. Something burned up in the amp or whatever. I can't copy John JPL and Bruce N4WD. I just know that there's a signal there, but I can't read them at all. And as far as Clyde's comment about the computer control sprinkler, that sounds very interesting to me. I get tired of hiking up the hill behind the house and sitting in a lawn chair with a hose for about 45 minutes trying to keep 15 hydrangeas going. We do that about every 3 days because we just, for some reason, we just don't seem to get much rain here. But we got a little bit yesterday evening late, and I'm hoping we're going to get some more. But at any rate, if I can figure out how to get a sprinkler system up there like Clyde's got, I definitely would like to do that. So let's see, I'm gonna turn it over to John here, W4JPL. This is WA4FJQ.
Alrighty, W4FJQ in the group, W4JPL. Hard to find business. Yeah, I imagine everybody's having a hard time hearing everybody else. It's not a great night. I can hear just about everybody. I got a little problem hearing people, but the statics is pretty amazing. As far as watering grass is concerned, I don't play that game. I got 5 acres of grass to cut, and I don't cut it unless I got to. Besides that, I'm going to get nailed by the yellow jacket if I can wear a pea suit now when I'm cutting grass. Not fun at all. Like a balloon. Although I can tell you where my septic system drains down the field because that's the luscious grass. I'm going to get out of here tonight, fellas. I'll get out a little early because I know a lot of people are having a hard time here. 73, God bless. Have a great day. And if I don't talk to you, maybe I'll meet up with you down at Shelby next week. N4 CLY.
Roger, thank you. All right, that temperature-controlled sprinkler array is pretty easy to do. I went down online at Ace Hardware, and you plug your water hose in, and it's got 4 water hose connectors on it. If you can connect to different hoses for different sprinklers and set them for different times of the day and for however you want to water during those 4 times. And I bought 2 of them and put a Y adapter on my water hose that goes up there, and I have 8 sprinklers for 3 minutes, 4 times a day. And mine comes out of the pond water with a pump from Harbor Freight because it's high in nitrogen, so it keeps those plants nice and fertilized up there with all the waste from the fish pond. And anyway, it's that easy. This is going to be my last round in the net tonight. So I'm going to say 7-3 to everyone and turn it over to November 4 Whiskey Delta from N4CLY. 7-3. N4CLY, M4. 73. Nice sprinklers in that particular that. And as soon as testing ain't definitely anything. Very nice. So there you go, Tim, join us. Not much going on. We're going to stay another round. We'll keep it short. It's getting a little noisy around here, and I don't want Steve to have to turn off the big switch. N4WD to you.
Thanks very much, Bruce. And good to hear you on here today. Well, we've had the net out the rain, and I was looking on my computer here at the National Weather Service, their long-range forecast for Friday and Saturday. And for Friday and Saturday, they're saying sunny and temperature in the low 80s. We should only be so lucky. That is definitely not a Shelby Hampstead weather forecast, but it sure would be nice if it was. And looking forward to seeing everybody. By the way, I'll be in space number 45, number 45. I always have a picnic cooler in the back with cold drinks, water, soda, diet soda. So anybody that happens to be in space number 40, near space 45, just open one of the back doors on my car and take whatever you need. It's going to be hot. You'll be thirsty, and please feel free to take whatever you need. With that goes to Mark, KG4IUQ, K1TVC.
This is KG4IUQ, Mark. Well, we've had a lot of static crashes here. I'm still here at C12, and WA4FJQ sounding good here. Still getting the static crash. crashes on JPL John. I hear you say you have 5 acres of grass to cut. I cut about 3, and mine is not landscaped very well. I cut them easily, so it's kind of a charcoal. Sounding good? Good to hear you. N4 Clyde? Very glad to hear you. You know, you're the person who told me about this net, believe it or not, Clyde. And I know how this and have checked in fairly good fit over the past month. N4WD. Sideband started coming in here and cutting you up some. K1CDC John. The static started to go away a bit when you came in. So you're sounding good. Your radio's sounding good. And Charlie, W4MEC, good to hear you. Glenn, N4AK. I'm going to turn it over now to Lee, K4VWD.
Okay, Mark. This is K4VWD. Well, I've had some lightning here also, but the nearest one's about 15 miles away, so I'm really not concerned about it. It's 73 degrees here in Greenville, South Carolina, with some light rain. And by the way, I have talked to Charlie, Steve, and Dave, LLR, and I need a main tuning knob for an AF68. So if anybody sees one or knows where I can get one, I would sure like to have one. And don't forget, we got a lunch on September the 7th. I think that's the correct date, the 1st of September. So it's the Golden Corral in Spartanburg. And with that, here she comes, Mr. Charlie, W4MEC in the group, K4VWD.
Okay, Lee, K4VWD in the group, W4MEC, real good. Well, I guess you looked in there and there's no threads or nothing. I was going to take mine off and see if I could determine the pitch and diameter of the set screw there and see what it is for you. But I'll still do that when I get a chance. What did I run across? Oh, that knob on that HRO of yours on the CW oscillator was totally stripped out too. And I just drilled the other side of it and threaded it through there and just moved the set screw from one side to the other, and it's holding okay now. So, brass insert at the very end, but it was also threaded down basically the full length of the plastic, or the Bakelite rather, and the brass. So, let's see. Everybody's got a good signal over the static. They're pushing the static down. We've got a good solid Q5 copy. You're sounding good over here today too, Tom. Good signal. I didn't bother to look at see where the storm was, but like I said, we didn't experience any lightning or thunder here, so that's good. Been working on a house bracket here. I kind of figured out what to do with getting some couple of VHF antennas up nearer to my shack. I don't really need them up high. I'd like to see a study. I'm too lazy. But if you're at 2,160 feet, how much higher do you need to be over your house? You know, so I've got a 48-foot Ron HDBX tower, and my 6-meter antenna is about 55 feet with the mast sticking out of the top of the tower. But you know, I can work the fellows down there, line of sight, and the chickens and all that just fine. But just when you're already up at this altitude, just doesn't really make any difference whether you go up 100 feet on a tower or if your VHF Yagi is only 12 feet above your roof line, you know, so it doesn't make any difference. So I know the elevation above ground determines your, you think takeoff angle, of course, on a lot of that stuff, but at VHF, that's easy to get. Even 6 meters is only, 36 feet is a wavelength or something like that, and that's like one of the magic numbers there for takeoff angles is a wavelength up, which is easy to get at 6, a little more difficult at 20 meters, but anyway, it would be an interesting study to see if it really made any difference, but I'd have to have my location relocated at this exact longitude and latitude down to sea level and compare the two, so I can't do that. Back to, Glenn, I sent that information to Wayne, and I've not heard anything back. I'm going to leave it in his ballpark right now, and see what he's going to do with it. So we'll see what he says. To keep from shaking the cage or anything, I'll just see what he does. N4AK and the group information.
Okay, Charlie, W4MEC group, November 4, Alpha Kilo. That's good. Well, it's one thing about 6 meters. When 6 meters is open, you don't have to worry about your elevation. So fire up the TS-2000 and go for it. It's a call a few minutes ago, so I'm going to say 73 on this round. And fellas, I've enjoyed checking in, and Steve, thank you for trudging through the QRN to do this. So back to net control, N4LQ, N4AK.
Okay, N4AK in the group N4LQ, and it looks like I've got modulation. I don't know what happened a while ago. Maybe my mic switch wasn't squeezed in all the way or something. Just this afternoon I reversed the leads on the driver transformer to the modulator tubes on this thing, on this AF68, and I got another 20+% positive modulation and less negative. Man, oh man, what a difference it made. And you just never know. You know, that's the second time this has happened. It happened on the Viking 1 and on this one. Reversing those leads did the trick. And I put a new driver transformer in this thing when I got it a couple of years ago, and there's no way to know which way to connect the two leads. And since the human voice is asymmetrical, it's going to vary. It's really, we need a switch to switch those back and forth depending on the person's voice. But I'm kicking up about 130% positive modulation now, and I never got that high. I never got much over 100 on this thing. And also it gave it more low ends in the audio, so it did a fantastic job, made a big improvement. Oh, anyway, John, okay, K1VVC on free drinks in space number 45 at Shelby. Go to your car, open the back door, and just get the drinks out of there and go for it. I appreciate that. Good to know. And Lee announced the luncheon for September 7 at the Golden Corral at noon, and we're all anxious for that. Hope they got some chicken livers. And I discovered a new chicken place here in Shelby I'm going to try real soon. I believe it's called the Chicken Shack. It's right there on Dixon as you come in from the west on 74. And boy, they got a menu of chicken and fish and all kind of pork chops and all kinds of good stuff. So I plan on going there to feast one of these days soon. And so I think what we will do is make this our 73 round. And I think, see, John JPL has checked out. Cly CLY has checked out. And N4AK is gone. And N4, let's see, I don't know if anybody else has or not. I probably missed somebody. But let's go ahead and do the 73 round, and then we can give our ears a rest. and appreciate everybody who checked in and persevered and put up with all this wonderful QRN. It's bad I think it's worse over here because the storms are kind of have gone through here and headed off towards Charlotte. So Tom, I think, I don't know if you're still there or not. WA4FJQ, you still there?
Roger, roger. Just fine, Steve, as usual. I can copy everybody else fairly well, up and down, up and down. I can't copy Bruce in for who I'm going to turn it to since everybody else is checking out. But at any rate, I enjoyed the net as always, even with all the QR Nancy. And we'll say 73s, and thanks for running the net, Steve, as well as you do. And I'm going to turn it over to Bruce, and then I will be gone. So N4WG, this is WA4FJQ73.
Yeah, Bruce, are you still with us?
Yes, they're still here, N4W. Yeah, everybody's sounding good. Static crashes went down a little bit for me, but the weather map says it's high. So, don't know if that's good or bad. Hope everyone has a good week. If we can make it on Tuesday or Thursday, we will. But God bless you. Take care and be safe for the week. And BWD, I think he was wanting the big main knob for the 68F. I'll look in my spare parts and see if I got one. If I have, I'll email him and let him know. And if everybody's still around, BBC, are you still there? N4WD?
Still here, Bruce. And I look forward to seeing everybody Friday and Saturday, or Saturday. And Steve did a great job today. Agree. All the stuff that you didn't have any control over. So we'll speak to everybody later. Mark, you. Hopefully we'll see you at the Hampton. K1TBC.
Okay, Mark, are you still with us?
Yes, Steve, I'm still here. I couldn't hear well enough to know whether he was turning it over to me. I'm getting more of the static now. I'm going to mention this, even though it's on the 73 round, maybe somebody will hear it and I'll be able to talk to somebody about it. But I have done some experimentation trying to get rid of the feedback sound when I transmit. And I've been thinking that I had a relay that would start to activate at about the time the transmitter would be transmitting. And I thought, well, maybe that relay is slow or something, and it's getting RF in the receiver. But and then I made a relay box out of like a 9-volt DC relay, and I activated it on a completely different power supply, and it set the antenna right before I reach over to my microphone, and then after the antenna's already switched, I'm putting the mic on, the switch on the mic on, and the transmitter's transmitting, but it's doing the same thing. So I'm thinking my RF gain, if I have it set enough to hear all the stations, I'm going to get that feedback. I turn the RF gain down right before I transmit. I'll have to work on that one. I don't know what to do about it. But it's been a good net. Thank everybody. It's been great to be on here. I'm going to turn it over now to Lee, K4VWD.
Okay, Mark, thank you, man. This is K4VWD. Well, first of all, Bruce, thank you for looking for the knob. I don't have to have it, but I sure want it. I guess everybody can understand that. And I thank you, Steve, for doing the net, and I'm glad you finally got the list straightened out. And I may be wrong, but Charlie, you can straighten me out, but it seemed like to me Glenn's audio was way down. Strong signal, but his audio was weak, and I had a hard time understanding it. And maybe that's just me. Maybe I need to get hearing aids. So, 7-3, God bless everybody, and I look forward to trying to talk on Tuesday mornings. W4MEC, K4VWD. So long.
Okay, K4VWD in the group W4MEC. Well, Glenn wasn't real strong up here today. Maybe he's in Studio A, and where the signal's a little weaker or different antenna. And I would say his audio was down a little bit, but I got a solid copy on him. But I just attributed it to he wasn't booming in here with a good strong carrier. But I guess he could bump it up a little bit. But anyway, and yeah, Glenn, I agree with that statement. And about 6 meters when it's open, you don't need much. And that's what I'm sort of working on here, where I don't have to have, I don't know, what, 70 and 40, 120 or so feet of coax going to my 6 meter and 2 meter Yagis, and I want to see if I can put one here right here at my station where I only need like 25 feet of cable. So see how that does. You know, if anything, I'll use it for a monitor antenna for a scanner or something there. So let's see what else. Well, I guess that's it. We'll look for everybody on Tuesday. And thanks for running the net, Steve. I was looking for that email that said you might cancel it. Glad I didn't see it. And all the brave souls that put up with the static to check in on Sunday. We'll look for you on Tuesday morning. Y'all try and stay dry, and we'll talk to you later. 7-3, N4AK in the group, W4MEC.
Hey, Glenn, are you still out there, N4AK?
He said he was going to pizza. I forgot that.
Oh, okay. All right, then. That's fine, and the one thing Mark mentioned, he's got the combo AF68 PMR8, and I think you are talking about the short, split second or so of, I don't know, is it audio or sometimes people get a ping or a clank or something when they let up off the mic or when they key the mic, and it's got something to do with the way that thing is muted. It just simply turns off the B+ to the receiver, and if there's a filter capacitor in there, which there is, it keeps the B+ present until it decays, and the receiver actually receives for just a very short period of time and doesn't mute. So that's all it is, and it's a characteristic of the combination, and some people just love that. So there you go. That may be all you're dealing with. Anyway, thanks everybody for checking in. Get ready for Shelby this weekend. I hope everybody can make it. And the net, 9 o'clock Tuesday morning, 3715. We will see you all then. 73, this is N4LQ in Shelby, North Carolina, closing the Old Friends Net.
VWD, N4WD.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Finally, I ran out to the shed there. I don't guess I missed much, but that's the main knob. Got all the little ones, bunches of them, that's the main knob.
Sorry, the lightning took you out. Say it again, Bruce, please.
I went out to the shed, and I did not have a main knob. I had the little ones, but I do not have a main knob. Over.
Okay, I got you. Thank you for looking, man. I sure do appreciate it. That's quite an effort, and thank you very much. This is K4VWD.
K4VWD N4COY.
Red Clyde, it's good to hear you, man. You're strong here.
I appreciate it. You are too now. I couldn't hear you earlier. But you're real strong now. You're 10, 15 over. I didn't hear which rig you needed a knob for.
It's the main tuning knob. It's the big knob in the center of the radio. It's the Multi-Elmac AF68 transmitter. Over.
Roger. I'll look and see what I've got because I bought a bag of about 300 radio knobs last year at Shelby for a real cheap price on Sunday evening, and I'll go through it and see what's in there and let you know sometime. I'll let Steve know or somebody get a hold of you, and anyway, that was that. Talk to you later. 7:34
Okay, thank you very much. Well, it's a big knob, and I've got one, but the set screw is messed up, and the plastic's messed up. So anyway, I would like to have a main tuning knob for an AF68 Multi-Elmac. And thank you very much for looking. I do appreciate it. This is K4VWD.
Clive, the shaft on that VFO is real small, like probably like a pencil lead, about it's not even an 1/8 inch, I don't think. And the knob has a 1/4 inch hole with a brass reducer in it with a small hole in it for the shaft and a set screw going through all that. So it's kind of custom made. I don't think you're going to find anything that'll work except the original knob. And so you look for a knob with a brass insert in it, and that would be pretty unusual. Hope you can find one. N4LQ.
Yeah, don't go to that place, by the way. I went. That was a mistake. And you can go try it for yourself. Talk to you later. N4CLY 73.